and they lived happily ever after, until the end of their days. The end. Sleep well, my precious boy. I love you. Good night, Lincoln. There we go. They're both asleep at last. Thanks for letting me get Lincoln settled, honey. I know he likes it better when you tell him stories, but with the full moon tomorrow, I'm not going to see them or read to them. Yeah, I could take my wolfsbane, but my body isn't what it used to be. After 2 kids, shifting is starting to take a lot out of me. And it took a lot of energy to begin with. And I worry that if I take too much wolfsbane now that I'm older, my body will grow tolerant of it, and it will stop working. And then I'm stuck shifting all the time with no option to block it and stay home. Which is not great when Genevieve and Lincoln are still so little. Good question. As far as I know, there's no research whether werewolf bodies grow tolerant to wolfsbane, or if its effects get stronger the older we get. If it happens to linger in our system and build up. I don't know. I can try and look into it, but I doubt much will come up. There's not a lot of real studied knowledge about werewolves or vampires or mermaids or fairies or banshees and the like. Supernatural creatures like us, well, we're hidden from the rest of the world. Very few people know we exist, and there's never been a lot of opportunity for academic research on us. Speaking of, I think it's about time we talk about when we're going to tell Jen and Link what I am. I know I leave for the forest after they go to bed on the months when I shift, but they're getting to the age where they're going to start noticing my quirks a lot more, you know? Why wouldn't they believe us? They're both still young enough to believe in magic. I think they'll think it's cool that their mama is a werewolf. And I keep my mind when I transform. We can prove it to them when they start to doubt it, if we have to. Do you not want to tell them? It doesn't have to be too soon. We can give it a couple months, maybe even another year. But I think it's important that we're honest with them about my lycanthropy. Baby, you have every right to be concerned. They're your kids, too. Just talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. What are you concerned about? Okay. Uh-huh. Right. I think that's valid. You make several good points. I know secrecy has always been a high priority with us regarding when it comes to people outside the family knowing. After everyone else in my life abandoned me, except you, when they found out what I am. I know we've tried to keep it to ourselves. But after everything, escaping hunters, navigating our relationship, getting married, having Genevieve and Lincoln, after all that, I know what I want. And I want our children to know. But you're totally right. They might tell their friends at school that their mama is a werewolf. But if those friends tell their parents, do you think the parents will believe their kids? I don't. I think the parents will think our kids have wild imaginations and you and I are good at playing pretend with them. Do you see where I'm coming from here? It's just... It's kind of the wolf in me. The mama wolf. It's like a mama bear, but scarier. Because I'm smarter than the average bear, and just as big in wolf form. If not bigger. I want to protect my babies, and I genuinely think that telling them will help us both keep them safe. I know we've kinda avoided talking about telling them. But Jen is 6 and Link is gonna be 4 in a month. I think now would be a good time to start, at least more seriously, considering telling them. While they're still young enough to believe, but old enough to understand. Thank you, honey. I love you so much. And I appreciate your patience with me. I know I'm a lot. Being what I am kinda inherently makes me a handful. And you've always been better to me than I probably deserved. And I have been grateful for every second of care and kindness and love you've given me. Come here. Mwah. I love you. You're right. We should probably get to sleep. It's gonna be a long night for me tomorrow, and an even longer night for you. Don't deny it. Staying home alone with 2 kids is clearly more difficult than your wife running around in the woods as a giant wolf. If our positions were reversed, I would definitely think staying home alone with the kids would be the more difficult task. Even if they just sleep through the whole night. I'm serious. Mama? Yeah, Genevieve? I got her. I'll be right back. What's going on, sweet pea? You were asleep a little while ago. Did you have a nightmare? Uh-huh. Oh, my poor baby. Come here. Let me hold